Read people like a book, written and published by Sonic Tome. Imagine being able to understand what someone is feeling or thinking without them saying a word. This skill isn't just for mind readers, it's for anyone willing to learn the art of reading people. The power of this ability can transform your personal and professional relationships, enhance your communication skills, and give you a significant edge in navigating social interactions. Nonverbal communication makes up a significant portion of our daily interactions. In fact, research suggests that over 90% of communication is nonverbal. This means that words alone often fail to convey the full message, making nonverbal cues like body language, facial expressions, and eye contact essential for truly understanding others. By learning to interpret these signals, you can gain insights into people's true emotions, intentions, and reactions. Facial expressions. The face is a powerful indicator of emotions. Recognizing subtle changes can reveal whether someone is happy, sad, angry, or surprised. Gestures. Hand movements and posture can indicate levels of comfort, confidence, or nervousness. Eye contact. The direction and duration of someone's gaze can signal interest, attraction, or avoidance. Benefits of enhanced interpersonal skills. Mastering the art of reading people can significantly enhance your interpersonal skills. Here's how. Improved relationships. By understanding others better, you can respond more appropriately, fostering deeper connections and stronger relationships. Enhanced empathy. Reading nonverbal cues allows you to be more empathetic, as you can sense emotions that might not be verbally expressed. Conflict resolution. Recognizing the true feelings behind someone's words can help you address conflicts more effectively and find mutually beneficial solutions. Professional success. In the workplace, the ability to read colleagues and clients can improve teamwork, negotiation outcomes, and leadership effectiveness. Better decision-making. When you understand the unspoken elements of communication, you make more informed decisions based on a fuller picture of the situation. Chapter 1. The Basics of Body Language. Definition and Significance. What is body language? Body language refers to the nonverbal signals that we use to communicate. These signals can include facial expressions, gestures, posture, and eye movements. Unlike spoken language, which is expressed through words, body language involves physical behavior and can often convey more than what is being said verbally. It is an essential aspect of communication that can reveal a person's true feelings and intentions. Why it matters in communication. Body language plays a crucial role in how we understand and interact with others. It can reinforce what someone is saying, contradict their words, or even convey thoughts and emotions that are not spoken. Understanding body language can help us detect hidden emotions. People often express their true feelings through body language, even when their words suggest otherwise. Build trust and rapport. Positive body language can help establish trust and create a more open and engaging interaction. Enhance communication. By being aware of nonverbal cues, we can respond more appropriately and effectively in conversations. Identify misunderstandings. Recognizing when someone's body language does not match their words can help us address potential miscommunications early. Types of nonverbal cues. Facial expressions. The face is incredibly expressive and capable of conveying a wide range of emotions without saying a word. Key facial expressions include happiness, smiling, eyes crinkling, and relaxed facial muscles; sadness, frowning, downturned mouth and drooping eyelids; anger, furrowed brows, glaring eyes, and tight lips; surprise, raised eyebrows, wide eyes, and open mouth. Gestures. Gestures are deliberate movements and signals used to convey messages. They can be universal or vary by culture. Common gestures include nodding, indicates agreement or understanding; waving, a greeting or farewell gesture; thumbs up, a sign of approval or encouragement; crossed arms, may suggest defensiveness or resistance. Posture, How we hold our bodies can communicate a lot about our attitudes and feelings. Key postures include open posture, relaxed, with arms and legs uncrossed, suggesting openness and confidence. Closed posture, arms and legs crossed, indicating defensiveness or discomfort. Leaning forward, shows interest and engagement. Leaning back can indicate relaxation or, alternatively, disengagement. Eye contact. The eyes are often referred to as the windows to the soul because they can convey a wide range of emotions and intentions. Key aspects of eye contact include direct eye contact, can indicate confidence, interest, and honesty. Avoiding eye contact may suggest discomfort, dishonesty, or shyness. Blinking. Frequent blinking can indicate stress or anxiety. Pupil dilation, often associated with attraction and interest. The science behind body language, psychological and physiological factors. Understanding body language involves recognizing the psychological and physiological factors that influence nonverbal communication. Psychological factors. Emotions, thoughts, and personality traits all play a role in how we express ourselves nonverbally. For example, a person's anxiety might manifest in fidgeting or avoiding eye contact. Physiological factors. Physical states such as fatigue, illness, or intoxication can also affect body language. For instance, someone who is tired might have drooping eyelids and sluggish movements. Cultural variations. While many aspects of body language are universal, there are significant cultural differences that must be considered. Cultural norms. Different cultures have varying interpretations of gestures and postures. For example, a thumbs up might be a positive gesture in one culture, but offensive in another. Personal space. The amount of personal space people require can vary widely between cultures. In some cultures, close proximity is a sign of friendliness, while in others it might be seen as intrusive. Eye contact. In some cultures, direct eye contact is seen as a sign of confidence and honesty, while in others, it might be considered rude or confrontational. Chapter 2. Mastering facial expressions. The face as a reflection of emotions. Key facial muscles and their movements. The human face is composed of numerous muscles that work together to create expressions. Understanding the key facial muscles and their movements is essential for interpreting emotions accurately. Frontalis elevates the eyebrows, creating expressions of surprise or concern. Orbicularis, oculi, surrounds the eyes and is responsible for squinting, blinking, and smiling. True smiles, or Duchenne smiles, involve this muscle, creating crow's feet at the eyes. Zygomaticus major and minor raise the corners of the mouth, contributing to smiling and expressions of happiness. Orbicularis oris encircles the mouth and controls movements like puckering the lips, essential for expressions of disdain or determination. Buccinator tenses the cheeks, important for expressions of tension or concentration. Nasalis compresses the nasal passages, often involved in expressions of disgust. Common facial expressions and their meanings. Facial expressions are a universal language that can convey a wide range of emotions. Here are some common expressions and their typical interpretations. Happiness, characterized by raised cheeks, crow's feet wrinkles around the eyes, and an upward curving mouth. Sadness, down-turned corners of the mouth, drooping eyelids and a slight furrowed brow. Anger, furrowed brows, tightened lips, flared nostrils, and a hard stare. Surprise, raised eyebrows, wide open eyes, and an open mouth. Fear, eyebrows drawn together, eyes wide open with the upper lids raised and mouth slightly open. Disgust, wrinkled nose, raised upper lip and eyebrows lowered. Recognizing microexpressions. Definition and importance. Microexpressions are brief, involuntary facial expressions that occur when a person experiences a strong emotion but tries to conceal it. These fleeting expressions can last as little as 1/25 of a second, and are often missed during regular social interactions. Recognizing microexpressions is crucial because they reveal true emotions that someone might be trying to hide. Techniques for identifying microexpressions. Identifying microexpressions requires practice and keen observation. Here are some techniques to help you spot them. Focus on the eyes and mouth. Microexpressions often appear in these areas first. Watch for rapid changes in the eyes and mouth that contrast with the person's overall demeanor. Practice with videos. Use slow-motion videos of people expressing emotions to train your eyes to catch quick changes. There are specialized training programs and apps designed to help with this. Observe in real time. Pay close attention during conversations, especially when discussing emotional topics. Look for brief flashes of expressions that seem incongruent with the person's verbal statements. Understand context. Knowing the context of a situation can help you interpret microexpressions more accurately. For instance, a flash of fear during a discussion about a stressful event can provide insights into the person's true feelings. Practical applications. Reading emotions in different contexts. Being able to read facial expressions and microexpressions is beneficial in various contexts. Personal relationships. Understanding your partner's or family member's true feelings can improve communication and strengthen your bond. Professional settings. In the workplace, recognizing colleagues' emotions can help you navigate office dynamics, manage conflicts, and build stronger teams. Social situations. Being attuned to the emotions of others in social gatherings can make you more empathetic and enhance your social skills. Building empathy and connection. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. By mastering facial expressions, you can enhance emotional intelligence. Recognizing and interpreting emotions accurately increases your emotional intelligence, making you more aware of others' needs and reactions. Improve communication. Responding to others' emotions with empathy and understanding can lead to more meaningful and effective communication. Foster trust and rapport. When people feel understood, they are more likely to trust you and open up, leading to deeper connections and stronger relationships. Chapter 3. Decoding gestures and movements. Hand and arm. Gestures. Common gestures and their interpretations. Hand and arm gestures are powerful tools of communication. Here are some common gestures and their typical meanings. Nodding generally signifies agreement or understanding. A slow nod indicates thoughtful agreement, while rapid nodding can suggest eagerness. Thumbs up, often used to show approval, agreement, or that everything is fine. Thumbs down indicates disapproval or rejection. Open palms signify openness, honesty, and a non-threatening attitude. Closed fists can indicate anger, determination, or a defensive stance. Pointing directs attention and can be seen as assertive or aggressive depending on the context and intensity. Steepling fingers, a gesture of confidence and self-assuredness, often seen in leaders and speakers. Rubbing hands together usually signifies anticipation or excitement. Crossed arms typically indicates defensiveness, self-protection, or discomfort. Cultural differences in gestural meanings. Gestures can have different meanings across cultures, so it's crucial to understand these variations to avoid miscommunication. Nodding. In most cultures, nodding means agreement, but in some cultures like Bulgaria and Greece, it can mean disagreement. Thumbs up. In Western cultures, it's a positive gesture, but in some Middle Eastern and Asian cultures, it can be considered rude or offensive. OK sign, thumb and index finger forming a circle. In many countries, it means everything is fine, but in Brazil and Turkey, it's considered an obscene gesture. Beckoning gesture. The Western way of beckoning someone with the palm facing up is considered rude in countries like Japan, where the palm faces downward. Body movements and posture indicators of confidence, openness, and defensiveness. The way we hold our bodies can communicate a lot about our attitudes and feelings. Understanding these indicators can help us interpret others' true intentions. Confidence. Erect posture. Standing or sitting with a straight back and shoulders back suggests confidence and self-assurance. Open stance. Standing with feet shoulder-width apart, arms relaxed at the sides. Gesturing broadly, using wide sweeping arm movements when speaking. Openness. Open palms, showing the palms of the hands often accompanied by relaxed arms. Uncrossed limbs. Sitting or standing with arms and legs uncrossed. Leaning forward. Leaning slightly forward in a conversation shows interest and engagement. Defensiveness. Crossed arms. Indicates a protective or defensive attitude. Crossed legs, especially when accompanied by crossed arms, suggests defensiveness or discomfort. Tense muscles. Shoulders drawn up, neck tight, and muscles visibly tensed. Reading body orientation and distance body orientation and the distance between individuals can provide significant insights into their interactions. Orientation. Direct facing. When someone faces you directly, it often indicates interest and engagement. In contrast, angling the body away can suggest disinterest or a desire to end the interaction. Mirroring. When people subconsciously mimic each other's postures and movements, it signifies rapport and mutual understanding. Distance. Intimate distance, 0 to 18 inches. Reserved for close relationships, such as family members, close friends, or romantic partners. Personal distance, 18 inches to 4 feet. Common in interactions with friends and acquaintances. Social distance, 4 to 12 feet. Used for more formal interactions or with people we don't know well, such as coworkers or strangers. Public distance, 12 feet and beyond. Suitable for public speaking or addressing a large group. Chapter 4. The Language of the Eyes. Eye contact. Importance in communication. Eye contact is a crucial component of nonverbal communication. It can convey confidence, interest, honesty, and engagement, and it plays a significant role in building trust and rapport, confidence and credibility. Maintaining steady eye contact can signal confidence and credibility, making others more likely to trust and believe you. Engagement and interest. When you make eye contact, it shows that you are paying attention and are engaged in the conversation, making the other person feel valued and understood. Honesty and transparency. Consistent eye contact often suggests that a person is being truthful and transparent. Conversely, avoiding eye contact can be perceived as a sign of deceit or discomfort. Differences in gaze patterns. Gaze patterns can vary significantly depending on the context and the relationship between the individuals involved. Social gaze. In casual conversations, people typically maintain eye contact about 50–60% of the time. This helps create a comfortable and relaxed interaction. Intimate gaze. In close relationships or romantic situations, eye contact tends to be more prolonged and intense, focusing not just on the eyes, but also on the face and body. Power gaze. In professional settings or situations involving authority, eye contact can be used to assert dominance or control. This gaze is often direct and unwavering. Avoidant gaze. Some people may avoid eye contact due to shyness, anxiety, or cultural norms. Understanding the reasons behind avoidant gaze patterns is essential to avoid misinterpretation. Pupil dilation and eye movement. Indicators of interest, attraction, and deception. The eyes can reveal a lot more than just where someone is looking. Subtle changes such as pupil dilation and specific eye movements can provide insights into a person's feelings and intentions. Pupil dilation, interest, and attraction. Pupils tend to dilate when a person is interested or attracted to someone or something. This is an involuntary response that can be a reliable indicator of positive emotions. Cognitive load. Pupils also dilate when a person is concentrating or processing complex information. Eye movements, rightward gaze, often associated with constructing or fabricating information, indicative of lying. For instance, looking to the right can suggest that a person is creating a story rather than recalling an actual memory. Leftward gaze, typically linked to recalling past experiences or accessing stored memories, indicative of truthfulness. Looking to the left might suggest that a person is trying to remember something accurately. Frequent blinking. Excessive blinking can be a sign of stress, anxiety, or deception. It can also occur when someone is under pressure or feeling nervous. Lateral eye movements, quick side-to-side movements, can indicate that a person is feeling uncomfortable or is being deceptive. Techniques for observing subtle eye cues. To effectively read the language of the eyes, you need to develop observational skills and pay attention to subtle cues. Baseline behavior. Observe a person's natural eye behavior to establish a baseline. This helps identify deviations that may indicate changes in emotions or intentions. Focus on context. Consider the context of the situation to accurately interpret eye cues. For example, pupil dilation might indicate attraction in a social setting, but could mean concentration in a professional context. Practice active observation. During conversations, consciously monitor eye movements, gaze patterns, and pupil changes. Practice with friends or colleagues to improve your skills. Use peripheral vision. Instead of staring directly at someone's eyes, use your peripheral vision to observe subtle movements. This can make your observation less obvious and more natural. Combine with other cues. Eye cues should be interpreted in conjunction with other nonverbal signals such as facial expressions, body language, and vocal tone. This holistic approach provides a more accurate understanding of the person's true feelings and intentions. Chapter 5. Understanding vocal cues. The role of voice in communication. Tone, pitch, and volume. The human voice is a powerful tool in communication, conveying much more than just words. The tone, pitch, and volume of a person's voice can reveal their emotions, attitudes, and intentions. Tone, the emotional quality or character of a voice. It can indicate a person's mood or feelings. For example, a warm and friendly tone suggests kindness and approachability, while a harsh tone may indicate anger or irritation. Pitch, the highness or lowness of a voice. Changes in pitch can convey excitement, nervousness, or uncertainty. A higher pitch often indicates excitement or stress, while a lower pitch can suggest calmness or confidence. Volume, the loudness or softness of a voice. Speaking softly can indicate shyness, nervousness, or intimacy, while a louder volume can convey confidence, authority, or aggression. Speech rate and pauses. The speed at which someone speaks and their use of pauses can also provide important cues about their state of mind and feelings. Speech rate. A rapid speech rate can indicate excitement, anxiety, or urgency. Conversely, a slower speech rate often suggests relaxation, thoughtfulness, or sadness. Pauses. Natural pauses in speech can be used for emphasis or to collect thoughts. However, frequent or irregular pauses might indicate hesitation, uncertainty, or discomfort. Skilled speakers often use well-timed pauses to create impact and engage listeners. Vocal indicators of emotion and truthfulness, detecting stress, excitement, and sincerity. The voice can be a telltale sign of various emotions, as well as indicators of truthfulness or deception. Stress. Signs of stress in the voice include a higher pitch, faster speech rate, and more frequent pauses or stammers. People under stress might also have a trembling or shaky voice. Excitement. An excited voice tends to have a higher pitch, increased volume, and faster speech rate. The person may also speak more energetically and with greater variation in tone. Sincerity. A sincere voice is usually steady, with a natural pitch and volume. The speech rate is generally moderate, and the tone is warm and engaging. In contrast, insincerity can manifest as a monotonous tone, lack of variation in pitch, or unnatural pauses. Practical exercises for honing vocal cue detection skills. Improving your ability to detect vocal cues involves practice and active listening. Here are some exercises to help you hone these skills. Active listening exercises. Engage in conversations where you focus entirely on the speaker's voice, paying close attention to changes in tone, pitch, and volume. Avoid interrupting and concentrate on the vocal cues. Record and analyze. Record conversations or speeches and listen to them later, analyzing the vocal cues. Identify emotions and intentions based on the tone, pitch, volume, and speech rate. Imitate voices. Practice imitating different vocal cues by altering your tone, pitch, and volume. This helps you become more aware of how these elements can convey different emotions and states of mind. Use audio clips. Listen to audio clips of various speakers, such as public figures, actors, or friends. Try to identify their emotional state and intentions based solely on their voice. Feedback sessions. Engage in exercises with a partner where you both take turns speaking and providing feedback on each other's vocal cues. Discuss what emotions and intentions were perceived and compare them to the speaker's intended message. Mindfulness and reflection. After conversations, reflect on what you heard and the vocal cues that stood out. Consider how the tone, pitch, volume, and speech rate affected your perception of the speaker's emotions and sincerity. Chapter 6. Context matters. The importance of situational awareness. How context influences body language interpretation. Situational awareness is critical for accurately interpreting body language. The context in which communication occurs can significantly affect how nonverbal cues should be understood. Here's why context is crucial. Cultural context. Cultural norms and values can influence how body language is expressed and perceived. For example, maintaining eye contact might be seen as a sign of respect in some cultures, but as confrontational in others. Social context. The nature of the relationship between individuals, whether they are friends, colleagues, or strangers, affects how body language is interpreted. For instance, a hug might be appropriate between close friends, but considered intrusive in a professional setting. Environmental context. The physical setting where the interaction takes place, such as a formal meeting room versus a casual social gathering, can influence the interpretation of body language. In a formal setting, reserved gestures may be more appropriate, while a relaxed environment may invite more open and expressive body language. Situational context. The specific situation or event during which communication occurs plays a role. For example, a person's body language at a job interview might differ from their behavior at a social event, reflecting their feelings of nervousness or comfort based on the situation. Recognizing situational factors and environmental cues. Understanding situational factors and environmental cues is essential for accurate body language interpretation. Setting. Observe the physical environment where the interaction occurs. A crowded, noisy room might lead to different body language compared to a quiet, private space. For instance, people may use more subtle gestures in a formal setting to maintain professionalism. Time and place. The time of day and the place where an interaction takes place can impact body language. People might display more fatigue and less engagement later in the day compared to earlier when they are more alert and energetic. Group dynamics. The number of people present and their relationships with each other affect body language. In a group setting, individuals may modify their gestures and expressions based on group norms or to fit in with the social dynamics. Emotional climate. The prevailing mood or emotional atmosphere in the setting can influence body language. For example, during a tense meeting, people might display more closed or defensive body language compared to a relaxed and friendly gathering. Combining verbal and nonverbal communication. Achieving congruence between spoken words and body language. Effective communication relies on the congruence between verbal and nonverbal signals. When spoken words and body language align, it reinforces the message and fosters clear understanding. Conversely, discrepancies can lead to confusion or mistrust. Here's how to achieve and recognize congruence. Consistency. Ensure that your verbal message aligns with your body language. For example, if you're expressing enthusiasm verbally, your facial expressions and gestures should reflect that excitement. Emphasis. Use body language to emphasize or reinforce the spoken message. For instance, nodding while agreeing or using hand gestures to illustrate a point can make your verbal communication more impactful. Adaptation. Adjust your body language to match the tone and content of your message. If you're delivering a serious message, maintain a serious tone and appropriate posture. If the message is lighthearted, adopt a more relaxed and open body language. Attentiveness. Pay attention to the congruence in others' communication. If someone's body language contradicts their words, it might indicate discomfort, dishonesty, or a need for clarification. Case studies and real-life examples. Real-life examples and case studies provide valuable insights into how context affects body language interpretation and the importance of congruence. Case study 1. Job interview dynamics. Analyze how candidates and interviewers use body language during job interviews. For example, a candidate who maintains good eye contact and an open posture is often perceived as confident and trustworthy. In contrast, a candidate with a closed posture and minimal eye contact might be viewed as insecure or unprepared. Case Study 2. Conflict resolution. Examine how body language plays a role in conflict resolution scenarios. For instance, during a heated discussion, individuals who use calming gestures and maintain a neutral tone can help de-escalate tension and facilitate constructive dialogue. Case Study 3. Cross-cultural communication. Explore how different cultures interpret body language in business settings. For example, in some cultures, a firm handshake is a sign of respect, while in others, it might be seen as overly aggressive. Understanding these nuances helps avoid misunderstandings and fosters effective cross-cultural interactions. Case Study 4. Public speaking. Observe how speakers use body language to engage their audience. Effective public speakers often use expressive gestures, maintain eye contact, and vary their vocal tone to keep the audience's attention and convey their message clearly. Chapter 7. Advanced Techniques for Reading People. Spotting Deception and Lies. Common signs of lying. Detecting deception can be challenging, but several common signs can indicate when someone may be lying. Inconsistencies. Liars often have difficulty keeping their story straight. Look for inconsistencies in their verbal statements or contradictions between their words and body language. Microexpressions. Brief, involuntary facial expressions that contradict the person's verbal message can reveal hidden emotions. For instance, a fleeting look of fear or disgust when someone is supposedly expressing happiness. Overcompensation. Liars might overcompensate by providing excessive detail or elaborating too much to appear more convincing. They might also overemphasize certain points to distract from the truth. Body language changes. Shifts in body language, such as crossing arms or avoiding eye contact, can indicate discomfort or dishonesty. Fidgeting, shifting posture, or touching the face are also common signs. Voice changes. Deceit can affect vocal characteristics. Liars may exhibit changes in pitch, increased speech rate, or inconsistencies in tone. They might also have more frequent pauses or stammering. Avoidance of direct questions. A person who is lying may avoid answering direct questions or provide vague, evasive responses. They may try to divert the conversation or provide answers that seem rehearsed. Techniques for uncovering dishonesty. To uncover dishonesty, consider employing these techniques. Baseline comparison. Establish a baseline of the person's typical behavior and communication style. Compare their current behavior to this baseline to identify deviations that may indicate lying. Ask open-ended questions. Encourage the person to provide more detail by asking open-ended questions. Liars often struggle to provide consistent, detailed responses and may reveal contradictions. Observe reactions to probing. Pay attention to how the person reacts to probing questions or requests for additional information. Hesitation, defensiveness, or changes in body language can indicate discomfort or dishonesty. Analyze verbal and nonverbal clues together. Cross-check verbal statements with nonverbal cues. For example, if someone says they are confident but displays closed or defensive body language, this discrepancy may indicate dishonesty. Use the Pinocchio effect. Look for signs of discomfort or deception such as increased sweating, shifting gaze, or nervous movements. These physiological responses can indicate stress associated with lying. Understanding personality through body language. Correlating body language with personality traits. Understanding how body language correlates with personality traits can provide deeper insights into a person's character and behavior. Extroversion. Extroverted individuals are generally more open with their body language. They often use expressive gestures, maintain eye contact, and have an open posture. They may also engage in more physical contact and display enthusiastic reactions. Introversion. Introverted individuals might exhibit more reserved body language. They may use smaller gestures, avoid excessive eye contact, and maintain a more closed posture. They often prefer personal space and exhibit less physical expressiveness. Conscientiousness. People high in conscientiousness tend to have organized and controlled body language. They often use precise gestures, maintain a formal posture, and exhibit a steady, measured tone of voice. Their body language is generally consistent and reliable. Neuroticism. Individuals with higher levels of neuroticism may display more anxious or nervous body language. They might exhibit fidgeting, avoidance behaviors, and tense postures. Their facial expressions may frequently reflect worry or stress. Openness to experience. Those high in openness often have more expressive and dynamic body language. They may use varied gestures, show a wide range of facial expressions, and have an engaging and animated manner of communication. Tools for personality assessment. Several tools and techniques can assist in assessing personality traits through body language. Personality inventories. Tools like the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, MBTI, or the Big Five Personality Traits Model can provide frameworks for understanding personality types and their associated body language patterns. Behavioral observation checklists. Use checklists or observation scales to systematically record and analyze body language cues. These tools help identify patterns and correlate them with specific personality traits. Video analysis. Reviewing recorded interactions allows for detailed analysis of body language over time. Analyzing video footage helps observe nuances in behavior and identify consistent patterns associated with different personality traits. Self-report. Questionnaires. Combining body language observation with self-report questionnaires can provide a more comprehensive understanding of personality. Individuals can reflect on their own behaviors and compare them with observed body language. Chapter 8. Practical applications and real-life scenarios. Enhancing personal relationships. Building rapport and trust. Understanding and applying nonverbal communication skills can significantly enhance personal relationships by fostering rapport and trust. Active listening. Show genuine interest in others by using eye contact, nodding, and reflecting their emotions. This creates a sense of connection and makes the other person feel valued. Mirroring. Subtly mimic the other person's body language to create a sense of empathy and understanding. This can help build rapport and strengthen your relationship. Open body language. Adopt open and inviting body language, such as uncrossed arms and relaxed posture. This signals that you are approachable and trustworthy. Empathetic responses. Use body language and verbal affirmations to convey empathy. A warm tone of voice, appropriate facial expressions, and supportive gestures can reinforce your understanding and compassion. Resolving conflicts. Through better understanding. Effective conflict resolution often hinges on interpreting and responding to nonverbal cues, identifying underlying emotions. Observe body language to identify emotions that may not be explicitly expressed. For instance, crossed arms or averted gaze can indicate defensiveness or discomfort. De-escalating tension. Use calming body language, such as maintaining a relaxed posture and speaking in a soothing tone, to help de-escalate conflicts and create a more constructive environment for resolution. Active engagement. Encourage open dialogue by using non-threatening body language and actively listening. Show that you are engaged and willing to understand the other person's perspective. Building consensus. Use nonverbal cues to gauge the other person's reactions and adjust your approach accordingly. Positive body language, such as nodding and maintaining eye contact, can help build agreement and mutual understanding. Improving professional interactions. Navigating workplace dynamics. Nonverbal communication plays a critical role in navigating complex workplace dynamics. Understanding hierarchical dynamics. Recognize how body language reflects power and status within the workplace. For example, senior executives may use more commanding body language, while junior staff might adopt more submissive postures. Facilitating team collaboration. Use inclusive body language to foster teamwork and cooperation. Open gestures, active listening, and maintaining a positive tone can enhance group interactions and productivity. Handling difficult conversations. Approach challenging discussions with a calm and controlled demeanor. Use non-threatening body language, such as maintaining an open posture and moderate eye contact, to reduce defensiveness and facilitate effective communication. Enhancing leadership and negotiation skills. Leaders and negotiators can leverage nonverbal communication to improve their effectiveness. Projecting confidence. Use strong, confident body language to establish authority and credibility. Standing tall, maintaining steady eye contact, and using assertive gestures can reinforce your leadership presence. Reading the room. Pay attention to the nonverbal cues of others to gauge their reactions and adjust your approach. Understanding body language can help you identify concerns, interests, and emotional states during negotiations. Influencing outcomes. Utilize nonverbal techniques to persuade and influence others. For example, adopting an open and approachable posture can encourage cooperation and build rapport with negotiation partners. Building strong relationships. Foster trust and respect through consistent and authentic body language. Demonstrating empathy, reliability, and openness can strengthen relationships with team members and stakeholders. Real-life scenarios and case studies. Exploring real-life scenarios and case studies provides practical insights into applying nonverbal communication skills. Scenario 1. Building personal connections. Analyze how effective nonverbal communication can enhance personal relationships. For example, consider how adopting open body language and actively listening during a conversation can strengthen friendships or romantic relationships. Scenario 2. Resolving workplace conflicts. Examine case studies of successful conflict resolution in the workplace. Explore how understanding and addressing nonverbal cues helped resolve disputes and improve team dynamics. Scenario 3. Leadership in action. Review examples of leaders who effectively used nonverbal communication to inspire and motivate their teams. Assess how their body language and communication style contributed to their leadership success. Scenario 4. Negotiation outcomes. Study negotiation scenarios where nonverbal communication played a key role in achieving favorable outcomes. Evaluate how understanding and responding to nonverbal cues impacted the negotiation process and results. Chapter 9. Developing your skills. Exercises and practice techniques. Daily habits for improving observational skills. Developing strong observational skills is crucial for accurately reading nonverbal cues. Incorporate these daily habits to enhance your ability to observe and interpret body language. Mindful observation. Practice mindfulness by paying close attention to people's body language in everyday interactions. Focus on details such as facial expressions, gestures, and posture to improve your awareness and interpretive skills. Active listening. During conversations, concentrate on both verbal and nonverbal cues. Observe how body language complements or contradicts spoken words, and use this information to better understand the speaker's emotions and intentions. Visual aids. Use visual aids such as photographs, videos, or body language charts to study different nonverbal cues. Regularly review these resources to reinforce your understanding and recognition of various body language signals. Note-taking. Maintain a journal where you record observations of body language and nonverbal cues. Note the context, the observed cues, and any interpretations or insights you gain. This practice helps reinforce learning and track progress. Role-playing scenarios and feedback loops. Role-playing and feedback are effective techniques for refining your body language skills. Simulated interactions. Engage in role-playing exercises with a partner or group. Take turns assuming different roles and practice interpreting and using body language in various scenarios, such as job interviews, negotiations, or social gatherings. Feedback sessions. After role-playing, discuss your observations and interpretations with your partner or group. Provide constructive feedback on each other's body language and interpretations to identify areas for improvement. Recording and reviewing. Record role-playing sessions and review the footage to analyze body language and communication styles. Observe how well you interpreted and used nonverbal cues and identify any discrepancies or areas for enhancement. Scenario variation. Practice with diverse scenarios to build versatility in reading body language. Experiment with different contexts, such as formal meetings, casual conversations, or conflict resolution, to broaden your skills. Overcoming bias and improving accuracy. Identifying and mitigating personal biases. Personal biases can cloud your judgment and affect your ability to accurately read body language. Address these biases to improve your observational accuracy. Self-awareness. Reflect on your own biases and how they might influence your interpretations of body language. Recognize any preconceived notions or stereotypes that could affect your understanding of others. Diverse perspectives. Expose yourself to diverse cultural and social backgrounds to challenge and broaden your perspectives. Understanding different norms and practices can reduce the impact of personal biases on your interpretations. Objective evaluation. Strive to evaluate body language based on observable facts, rather than assumptions or interpretations influenced by personal biases. Focus on specific cues and their context, rather than making broad generalizations. Strategies for maintaining objectivity. Maintaining objectivity is essential for accurate body language interpretation. Implement these strategies to enhance objectivity. Use baseline comparisons. Establish a baseline for each individual's typical body language and communication style. Compare deviations from this baseline to better understand changes or unusual behaviors. Consider context. Always interpret body language within the context of the situation. Avoid jumping to conclusions based on isolated cues, and consider the overall environment and context in which the interaction occurs. Seek multiple sources. Combine body language observations with other sources of information, such as verbal communication and situational factors. This holistic approach helps ensure a more accurate and balanced interpretation. Practice. Mindful observation. Focus on observing without making immediate judgments or interpretations. Take time to analyze and consider different possible meanings before drawing conclusions. Continuous learning. Stay updated on research and advancements in nonverbal communication and body language. Regularly review new findings and techniques to refine your skills and maintain objectivity. Conclusion: the journey of continuous learning. Mastering the art of reading people through body language is an ongoing process that extends beyond the scope of this book. To truly excel, embrace lifelong learning and continuous skill development. Commit to growth. Acknowledge that skill development in nonverbal communication is a journey rather than a destination. Stay committed to improving your observational and interpretive abilities over time. Practice regularly. Consistent practice is key to honing your skills. Regularly engage in activities that challenge and refine your ability to read body language, such as role-playing, real-life interactions, and mindful observation. Seek feedback. Actively seek feedback from peers, mentors, or coaches to gain insights into your progress and areas for improvement. Constructive feedback helps identify blind spots and refine your skills. Staying updated with new research and findings. The field of nonverbal communication is dynamic, with ongoing research and new findings emerging regularly. To stay current, follow academic and professional journals. Subscribe to journals and publications that focus on psychology, communication, and behavioral studies. Staying informed about the latest research helps you understand new insights and trends in body language. Attend workshops and conferences. Participate in workshops, seminars, and conferences related to body language and nonverbal communication. These events provide opportunities to learn from experts, network with peers, and gain exposure to cutting-edge practices. Engage with online resources. Follow reputable blogs, online courses, and webinars that offer updates on recent developments in nonverbal communication. Online platforms often provide valuable content and practical tips for skill enhancement. Applying the knowledge in everyday life. The practical application of body language knowledge can greatly enhance your interactions and relationships. Take the following steps to integrate your skills into daily life. Implement techniques. Apply the techniques and strategies learned in various contexts, such as personal relationships, professional settings, and social interactions. Observe how these skills improve your communication and understanding of others. Reflect and adjust. Regularly reflect on your experiences and outcomes when applying body language skills. Adjust your approach based on what works well and what may need refinement. Be patient. Recognize that developing expertise in reading body language takes time and practice. Be patient with yourself and others as you navigate this learning journey. By embracing continuous learning, staying updated with new research, and applying your knowledge in everyday situations, you can enhance your ability to read and understand people effectively. The journey of mastering body language is ongoing, and with dedication and practice you can achieve greater communication success and build more meaningful connections in your personal and professional life.